Hey, you like my Piplup shirt? My Piplup shirt? Yes. Thank you, because I was only going to assume that you said yes. I didn't plan for any other answer. But besides for that, the life of a lolcow has to be one of the worst existences to live. I genuinely think being a scraveling, I think that's a word, peasant, you know, searching for mice to eat on the floors of the ballows has to be way better than living the life of a modern day lolcow. Obviously not, but I'm exaggerating. But what came to mind immediately was a couple people. But what made me want to make this video was the Chica Dance guy. He is so laughed at, and because at the start of his journey, he it's the guy that did that weird that dance. I don't know what the fuck that was. Owie. Yeah, that guy. He's been doing that since I'm pretty sure, in middle school. Is day 2000 something. I graduated from high school. And he's still dancing, and he's looked exactly the same. See, people say he looked exactly the same. I think he's gotten, if not worse. But what I will say though, a lot of people give him shit. I will give him props for this. At least know your worth to an extent. Because a lot of the people that supposedly wanted to be with him, from what I've heard, genuinely just wanted to take one for the team. Dude, he's a human being, right? He shouldn't be treated as this punishment where we're just going to end the streak by just having somebody take one for the team and just sleep with the guy. You know what I mean? He wants a girlfriend. He's openly stated himself, he wants a girlfriend, not a person, like I said, that just takes one for the team, which is something he said. I respect that. But I feel like a big part of his appearance not changing is either two things: he doesn't want it bad enough, and he doesn't care. That's just going to be the one thing. And the second one is, it's free content, right? It's free fucking content. Excuse my Hasman Hotel language. It is free content. If you can just not have a girlfriend this entire time by like damn near choice, by just not doing anything to better yourself. He wore a face mask before COVID and after COVID, right? He's looked exactly the same, shown no signs of proof. And I do wish him the best, because there's somebody for someone. You know what I mean? There's a bird to a bee, like there's always somebody for someone. And I hope he finds a special bird or bee, Every day. But speaking of another lolcow who's actually like a real lolcow, is a streamer / content creator on TikTok. His name is Tismalla. And it's like the clip I'm about to show you is literally like, he's so fucking big, right? Excuse my hell of a boss language. My girlfriend loves those two shows. That's why I even know what those are. That's what happens because I'm too big nowadays. I have to go outside twice. He's so fucking big that he has to wipe sitting down. He has to lay down on his side and wipe his ass crack, because that's how fucking big he is. And it only gets worse because we feed into that content. Look, let me just start by saying this. I am not fucking Christ, right? Let me just stop cussing, because I know better. I have home training. Let me just start by saying I'm not Christ. I'm not going to act like I'm above laughing at things. I'm not going to act like I'm above any of y'all, because I have laughed at lolcows, right? And I understand, while even knowing like what a lolcow is and what it even takes to be a lolcow, right? It's a lot of times what a lolcow is people in really bad like predicaments, really bad circumstances, or they just have a bodily disfiguration, and they make content usually starting off pretty normal, and then we just laugh at them because of those proprieting factors. I think that's how you said proprieting, but those previous factors, right? The circumstance, the condition, the physical appearance, whatever it may be, it starts off normal and then it gets perpetually worse because the more we laugh at them, the more they kind of tweak, if that makes sense. They usually tend to either fall off the deep end, or they see how much attention that they're getting, so in response they just feed into that. Lovely Peaches,
the face of when you find out that you have 4 STDs and I have a parasite.
God, that lady, that demon spawn, she was also a big example of like a OG lolcow. Neptune, if anybody knows that guy, is the really greasy guy, talks with a lisp, has that really greasy hair. If you know what I'm talking about. Don't specifically remember what he did, but I know he was a lolcow for sure. Trying to think. Yes, but you know what a lolcow is. When I mention the word lolcow, there's probably a bunch of people that pop up in your mind, right? After taking like a quick second to like refresh my mind a little bit, get like a sip of water, J Boolin is another one I want to like talk about. He is probably, if not worse than Tismalla, because it is just, it's a problem, but it's an obvious problem, but it's super sad, if that makes, like, I don't know, I'm just Captain Obvious in this situation. But seeing someone basically slowly like kill themselves is not a very good feeling for me. Like, okay, yeah, it's funny when you're laid back in your chair like this, basically falling asleep because you went into a food coma. Yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, it leaves me with a yucky feeling. You know what I mean? I don't, like, it's like, haha, but then I turn it off and it just kind of sits with me and it's like, this is a person, right? And I know not to be the fucking fun police, but it's a person with a family, right? Whether no kids of his own or anything, but he has a family and he's slowly dying for internet clout, internet attention. He has fallen asleep and because of food comas, he's had a damn near heart attack. You can, and I watched that video. It looked genuinely real. Like, if not a heart attack, it looked like a genuine problem because eyes start to water up. And the first thing he reaches for is something to fulfill his parchment, right? And the only thing that he can grab for on that table is a fucking Pepsi. Like, say, excuse my language, but it is a Pepsi. I used to be a fat guy. Never to that point, but I used to be a big boy, right? I'm like 176, 177. I used to be 210 pounds. I used to be a big guy. This just makes me sad. And I was never to them, right? It's like, who included this guy, you know? But I'm just saying, like, as a used to be big boy, seeing these guys, they're not beyond saving, but not to be like that pessimist, I don't think that you could save these two. I think they're just way too far, too much into the deep end, where we just kind of have to sit here and watch them eat their life away. I wish them truly nothing but the best. Maybe Tismalla might get a chance. I don't think he will, but, and maybe J Boolin. I think the best thing that could possibly happen to them is literally just them being off social media, and then they wouldn't have a reason to be eating like this, because it's clout. It's fucking clout. Drop my water bottle, but yeah, it's clout. That's all it is. But yeah, I mean, that's just primarily what I want to talk about. you know, thank you for watching as always.